You want a tampon, sir? Tim Walz says men need them too.
Fuck you, get out of here.
You don't want one?
Fuck you, get out of here.
Why are you so rude? I'm helping you out. You don't want a free tampon? There you go. There you go. Oh, look at that! Ah, I love it. There you go. Here, I'll do a maxi pad. You look like you have heavy flow. Here you go, ma'am. Here you go. There you go. We have maxi pads too. Do you want a maxi pad? Do you want a maxi pad? Oh, I gotta hand them out. You can't take them all for you. Don't want to be greedy. Why do you want to be so greedy?
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alex Stein. And we got a great in-studio guest. We got the one, the only, D'onta Hobson, young, black, comedian, badass. And you have an OnlyFans too, is that true?
Yes, that was a dive OnlyFans. You catch me at Freak Off Johnson, 6969.
We love P. Diddy. I'm actually trying to get him a pardon currently, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But also, we have an incredible guest. We have the founder of the Walkaway movement, the one, the only Brandon Straka. So with that being said, is Brandon ready? Because I know he's a busy man. He just got a new office. Is he ready? Ooh, he's coming back. He's coming back. This guy he's one of the most popular gay influencers of all time. Who's the guy he's fighting with? The twink guy with the long hair, Jimmy?
Scott Presler?
Scott Presler, his ex-best friend Scott Presler. All right, let's welcome on the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, Brandon Straka. Brandon, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, let me ask you a hard question. You know, I'm a big fan of yours, big fan of Walkaway movement. You have a famous new rivalry with Scott Presler, and did you see he posted today that he lost 46 pounds? Did that make you sick that he's losing the weight? Do you wish you got fat like Oprah?
No, not at all. I would say that it's too bad they haven't yet invented Ozempic to fix somebody's insides.
Ooh, I like that. Brandon, he's hot. Brandon, he's a pistol. Brandon, so you have some big news. You are doing incredible work. I really like your public debates. You're in New York. So can you tell us what is new with the Walkaway movement? And you have a brand new headquarters. So can you tell us all about that?
Yeah. So I'm in New York City. Once again, this is where I was for many years up until, I got thrown in jail by Joe Biden's DOJ and FBI and then put on federal supervision in Nebraska for like 4 years. But I'm back in New York City to fight for the city that I love so much against the socialist insurgency led by Zohran Mamdani. And so my organization Walkaway today moved into our first physical headquarters in New York City. It's Anti-Commie HQ. That is Walkaway Campaign's headquarters in New York City. So yeah, I'm really excited. And we did a really great rally a couple weeks ago in Union Square Park. Our next rally is Saturday, August 30th in Washington Square Park. So I'm encouraging everyone. Alex, why don't you come and speak?
I'm going to come soon. Dude, I want to come 100%. I actually have some pending legal issues in New York that I'm going to tell you about after the show, but it's a long story. I don't want to
Who doesn't?
I know. I don't want to get into it yet, but I have a civil lawsuit. I have some heat in New York, but I do need to go there. But before we talk about that, I want to introduce you D'onta Hobson. He's a fabulous young black comedian. We love this guy. I just wanted to introduce you because you might think, why is there another guy on the screen? Well, he's sitting here. So Brandon, tell me this, though. When you do these public debates and you go and you register new voters, you do a lot of stuff, but somebody got attacked at your last one. What happened? Because aren't you kind of worried? Or what did they do? They stole your sign. What happened that was controversial at your last one?
Yeah, no, well, it wasn't that big a deal. And certainly in the realm of things that happen at all of our events, it was like on the minor end of the spectrum. But yeah, we had a very, very, very large young lady walk up. So we weren't really doing a rally. You're talking about Sunday, just a couple of days ago. Okay. We were back in Union Square doing volunteers of mine and I. It was awesome. I had like 20 volunteers come out with me. And we basically did like tabling in Union Square, meaning that we were engaging with New Yorkers, handing out literature, getting voters registered. And we did have a sound permit. So we had a sound system and we were surrounded by these signs that had these different slogans, basically against socialism, against communism. But the one that seemed to really inflame the senses of one of Zohran Mamdani's supporters was one that said, Jews have a right to exist. Mm-hmm. That was it. That's it. Just said, Jews have a right to exist. She came over, she grabbed it, she was trying to tear it apart. And that's when I learned how strong our signs are. I was actually very impressed. So I think, I don't remember if it was Staples or Office Depot or whatever, but like whoever printed our signs, good job, because she wasn't able to tear it up. But she was trying to make away with it, and our security stopped her, and she was trying to tear it apart. And I said, why are you so upset? I mean, some of the, like, I could have understood, like, we had signs out there that said, Democrats, Black lives don't matter to Democrat socialists. You know, and stuff like that. So,
wow, what do you say about that, Deontay?
God, I mean,
No,
two Democrats, how they don't care because they use black people as pawns politically.
Totally.
The Jews is fine, but leave us out of this.
I tend to agree. But Brandon, okay, so Zohran Mamdani, you know, I look at this race and I thought at first, like, there's no way he's going to win, because I thought that, you know, to be honest, I thought there was a strong Jewish population in New York, and I know that there is, but then I see people do these man on the street videos and they ask just random people and they're like, no, I want Mamdani because I want a free grocery store, I want, you know, rent control. So he has a serious chance to win. I believe he's a front runner. In your work, you're trying to stop this, which is very, you know, very appreciative, but how can we actually stop him? What do Eric Adams and Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa need to do to actually defeat this guy? Because aren't they going to, cannibalize each other's votes?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's a strong possibility. I mean, there are a lot of people who say that even if nobody drops out of the race, we can still win if we can get like 50% of the total registered Republican voting base out to vote. I'm not so sure. But some people are arguing he can be defeated even if nobody drops out. But I think that most people feel, as I do, that we've got to get to a point where we get the majority, if not all of these candidates dropped out except for one, and then everyone's going to have to kind of rally behind that person. And I think that, you know, nobody's really going to get the outcome that they want. It's pretty disappointing that in a city of like 8 million people, we can't get like a candidate that everyone is excited about and wants to get behind, or the majority of people are. But I feel like I know what's going to end up happening, and I know who I'm going to end up voting for, even though it's not the person I want to be the mayor of New York City. But it's not, you know, we're not in a luxurious position. It's really, even when I'm doing these events and the outreach that we're doing, I'm not going out there endorsing a candidate or fighting for a candidate. My events are called the Rallies Against Democratic Socialism. It's against Mamdani. So I'm going to be going out and casting my vote against Mamdani in all likelihood, not for the candidate that I want.
And that makes sense. I understand that, you know, it's kind of lesser of two evils. But does Curtis Sliwa actually have a shot? I mean, I know you're in New York, so you have your hand on the pulse a little more than we do. I like actually Curtis Sliwa, but I don't. He wears that red beret, and you know that that's not that fast. I know you have the beret on, so you're copying with the black beret. So I'm making fun of the beret. I know that's not a beret, but you know what I mean. I'm saying. Oh, and real quick, I did want to say I did mention Scott Presler. You're looking pretty snatched too, Brandon. You're looking like you're in pretty good shape as well. So I mean that. Sorry, I gave.
Look at that jaw.
But does he really have a chance to win, Curtis Sliwa?
I think he's got his work cut out for him. I think it's an uphill battle. I will say, look, it's politics. You know, a lot can happen in just a couple of months, and races turn around and people surge ahead, and a lot of things can happen. So I'm not going to sit here today and tell you like there's no chance, but I'm saying he's got his work cut out for him at today, as it looks today.
So, Deontay, so Brandon, you might not know this, he was politically prosecuted. They ruined his life. Can you give an example of a time that you were targeted by the cops?
No, I've never been personally targeted.
That's false. Just be honest. Just be honest. Come on. I targeted you as soon as you got in here. I was like,
well, no, you had security check me twice, and I was like, bro, I just left the green room. It's like you put me in there.
Yeah, well, we don't want you taking anybody's wallets. We just said, yeah, we have serious security here. No, Deontay's actually a very nice guy. He would not steal my wallet, but he did try to steal my identity, right? You wanted my social security number for some reason?
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to open up a secondary bank account. That way I can transfer this OnlyFans money into it underneath the government eyes. Tax-free, baby.
Okay, now, Brandon, let me ask you a hard question. It's breaking news. Love my Jewish brothers and sisters, but did you see this? And we're going to talk about it a little later on the show. Tom Alexandrovich, who is a cybersecurity executive director for Israel, was arrested in a pedophile sting, and he was able to bond out and fly back to Israel, and I'm a little upset about it. And, the public is probably on my side. I think most people are upset about it. What do you think about this? What's your opinion on it before we dive a little deeper after you go?
Yeah, this must be the story that my assistant told me was going to be brought up today, but then my assistant didn't send it to me because I had no idea. So, yeah, I'm vaguely, very, very vaguely familiar with the story. I actually saw it on X a couple of days ago. What is it that you're asking me
Well,
specifically?
no, I'm just saying, the fact that he was able to flee the country after he got in, one of these, pedo stings. And I guess the people are upset, and why I'm upset is that most people have to surrender their passport. You were politically persecuted for January 6th to the fullest extent, and you didn't touch a children. What you did was not even close to harming a child. So does it make you upset when you see that our government can be used as a tool to target people like you, but if you're an Israeli cybersecurity director, you can harm a child and get away scot-free? I mean, doesn't that upset you when you've been targeted by a corrupt government?
I mean,
yourself?
yeah, of course it upsets me. And of course, I think that we see like these sort of like inconsistencies all the time about how people are treated, especially depending on what your political affiliation is. And I don't even think you need to go as far as Israel to see that. I mean, there's even people in the Democrat Party who have done worse things. Like Jamal Bowman, who literally obstructed an official proceeding by, pulling a fire alarm and shutting the whole thing down.
Well, that's probably not worse than molesting a kid. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify. But yeah.
That's a real like apples to
did I say
buttholes.
worse?
I
Did
think
say
you did,
worse?
but we can clarify that that's not worse. So we can say, but Brandon, because I don't want to get you in trouble because you're in New York, and if you say anything about Israel, they will kill you. So I don't want to put you on a bad spot like that. We love our Jewish brothers and sisters. We love Israel. Now, I want to talk about what's happening in the country. Going back, of course, I don't know why we're on the child predator thing, but the Epstein files. Now they're saying they're going to give us transparency with these Epstein files. I want it, but now it's going to be all redacted. What is your opinion on the Trump administration's handling when they gave those binders out and kind of, they placated us a little bit? And that's my big frustration right now with the Trump administration, even though overwhelmingly I like what they're doing, but that frustrated me. So I want to get your opinion on the Epstein files.
Bad. I mean, I think it's been very, very bad. And the initial rollout, it started off really, really terrible, and then it's just become increasingly confusing as time goes on. Like I have no understanding of why they did the thing with the binders. Like it literally makes no sense, and I don't think there's any scenario we can come up with in which it makes sense. And then shortly after that, Pam Bondi's on Fox News saying she's got the files on her desk and all of this stuff. But then we're told to shut up and stop looking. And then when we made enough noise, now they're saying, okay, well, we're going to kind of release a little stuff, but not really that much stuff. And blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know if the idea here is that it would be too disruptive to maybe our current situation in Congress and like our majority in the House and the Senate to actually release the names of the people who are on there, or if there's other people maybe very close to other people who are being protected, or what is going on. But there's some reason why it started off one way and turned out another way. But what I do know for sure is that there was always a strong possibility that Donald Trump would be elected president, and that should have been considered. When he was running in 23 and 24, there was always a strong possibility, and there was a strong possibility that if he got elected, he was going to bring in people like Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. So if you were Kash Patel or Dan Bongino or Pam Bondi, you must have known that there was at least a small percentage chance, if not a decent percentage chance, that you may end up working in the next administration. And so when you're going out publicly leading up saying, hey, if Trump gets elected and I end up in there, we're going to dismantle the FBI, we're going to do this, we're going to release the Epstein files, day one, all this stuff is coming out. And then to not even act like you understand why people are upset when they're freaking out because you're like not doing any of the things that you said that you're going to do, and you're walking it back, and you're treating us like we're stupid and petulant because we're actually asking you to follow through with the things you said you were going to do. That to me is like what is a really bad look here, because Dan Bongino, I mean, he was going on his podcast all the time saying Epstein didn't kill himself, and all this stuff's going, So at the very least, okay, maybe you've looked at everything, maybe you've seen something that we haven't seen, but we haven't seen that. So you remember what it was like when you were going on your show every day telling us that this was a really big deal. So just don't treat us like we're stupid now because we're actually asking to see what you told us you were going to show us in the first place.
No, I agree. And now they're saying it's like a left-wing conspiracy. That's kind of making me upset. Now, to your point about Trump winning, I want to bring it back to Mamdani because of the great work you're doing in New York. Now, what about devil's advocate? Joe Biden's 4 years was actually the best thing for Donald Trump, in my opinion. It helped him kind of recalibrate, and I think it's what America saw how bad the country was under Biden. I think that's what propelled Trump's victory. Is there a case to be made for Mamdani doing this? Because New York is terrible right now. I don't even care if a conservative got in right now. Curtis Lee was not going to be able to fix it in his term. So does it need to crash? Does the cookie need to crumble before we can rebake it? Like, is it? And I know you don't want him to win, but if he wins, could that be a good thing, like Biden winning in 2020?
Honestly, I don't think so. I really, truly don't think so. And I don't want to even really encourage that way. Look at it this way. Think back to 2020 and everything that happened with COVID and everything that happened with Black Lives Matter. To me, those were two examples that I think are pretty prominent of what happens when you've got sort of like authoritarian, irrational, inconsistent, leftist-minded, communist-minded government in charge of everything. We were kind of subjected to these like draconian, authoritarian shutdowns, lockdowns, closing down our business. And then at the same time, they're saying, oh, well, this cause that's important to us, we're going to let them go out and basically brown shirt everybody and break your windows and burn your businesses down, whatever. And they get away with anything. They're not going to be charged with any crimes. Like, did we learn anything from that? Does anyone look back at that and be like, oh, in retrospect, we let the left kind of run thing, or like, does anyone on the left look at that and be like, oh, we really did? They're like, they don't care. They don't care about the COVID shutdowns. They don't care about what Black Lives Matter did. No lessons were learned from that. I don't think that there's any reason to believe that you let this communist take over New York City and destroy the city, and suddenly the left is going to be like, oh, we've really learned our lesson. That was bad. I think the only thing that's going to happen is the normalization of socialism/communism in the United States, and that it is going to continue to spread then to other blue states and other blue cities, where then we're going to have Democrat socialist.
It's already in Minneapolis. Minneapolis is already going to be a socialist city, so it's already spreading. And speaking of BLM, now I want to ask our black guest. You are black, right? I'm colorblind. You are.
No, yeah.
So Patricia Cullors, the leader of Black Lives Matter, I think they raised $500 million.
She's a lesbian, isn't she?
She's a what?
Lesbian, right?
I think she is a lesbian. She's a stud, I think they call. Or no, I guess she's a lesbian. That's different. A stud is the one that kind of looks like a guy. What do you think about them mismanaging all that money and not helping any black people, D'onta?
Well, I got me a TV.
No, you didn't.
No. During the riots, I got me a free TV.
Okay, well.
So you know what? It's fine. Sometimes. A cover, use it as a cover.
Brandon, they're going to be riding in New York. You can get a free TV. Is that worth it? Zohran, you get one free Panasonic 60-inch TV. It sounds pretty good.
We do need a TV. We just moved into our headquarters today, and we don't have a TV. So
just wait for a black guy to get shot by the cops, and then boom.
Boom! Yeah, I mean, you're going to get all the free TVs you can use. Yeah, and computers. Yeah, oh my gosh, you go to the Apple store, and you can get all the computers you want. Oh, tell us about, before you go, because we only got you for a couple more minutes, tell us about the new headquarters, and this is a big deal. Is this the first time you guys have had a physical office?
Very first time, yeah. So the trajectory of Walkaway, like our path has been very strange, because I launched it as an organization on January 1 of 2019. So we really only had 2019 to be like normally operational. And then right at the beginning of 2020, everything shut down. So our second year, we had the whole economic, government shutdown. And then right after that, I was arrested in January of 2021. And for the next 4 years, I was on federal supervision. So in a way, we've really only functioned normally for 1 year. So I still kind of consider us a startup in a way. But yes, this is our very first physical headquarters. We're super excited. The remote work environment is BS. It's crap. It doesn't work. So we're going to an in-person team. We're going to have live employees. People actually have to come to work, and they have to do their job. And it's going to be amazing. But I'm really excited. Today was day one, and it was awesome.
Congratulations on that. We love to see it. We want to see you succeed. I definitely do. Now, last thing, I really like it, and it's not a conspiracy. I'm the same way. I've gotten, because I had a state hearing speech that blew up, so I've gotten a few numbers, but I've been looking at my Twitter numbers, and my Twitter numbers are like yours. Every time I gain 100 or I gain 200, I lose like 195. I'm always losing the same, and you're having that same issue. So can you kind of elaborate on the issues that you're having? Because my story is basically the same.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's a number of different issues, but in a nutshell, the Twitter put some sort of, I believe, malicious algorithm on my account, and I believe many, many accounts. I don't think it just happened to me, but it started in November of 2020, and essentially, for whatever amount of followers you grow, you basically lose an equal number of followers, and this pattern repeats. And the only way I'm able to grow at all, I've noticed, is if basically that pattern happens like 3 times. So if I gain 500 followers, I lose 500 followers. I gain 500 followers, I lose 500 followers. Then I gain 500 followers, and then I get to keep them.
Yeah.
And so I believe that my account is growing at about 1/3 the rate that it would have been growing had this not happened. Because I gained almost 700,000 followers in 2 years, and that, starting in 2018 to 2020, and then it just stopped. I still haven't hit a million followers.
It's ridiculous. No, that's how
Yeah.
mine is. I've been at 700,000 for almost 2 years now. I'm like, what is going on? And maybe that's why, because you and I are similar. Maybe they put a thing like, when they start to get close to this number, they kind of put a cap. Now, last question before you go. Your office is in New York. I'm sure you heard the news. Ashley St. Clair is back from the depths of Elon Musk's love triangle, and she's looking for money. She's sponsored by Poly Market. Could you see a future of Ashley St. Clair maybe joining the walkaway movement, or is she not welcome? Or I guess everybody's welcome, right? But
all are welcome.
Yeah.
All are welcome.
I misspoke. Sorry.
She's looking for. I'm surprised to hear she's looking for money.
She said it in the first. Wait, play the clip. Play the clip. I want to see because I want to get.
All right, we're pulling it up.
We're pulling it up right now.
Also, I'm getting evicted, and Poly Market offered me $10,000 to do an ad read. So with that, the roof over my head has been brought to you by Poly Market. God bless Poly Market, the world's largest prediction market, where you can place bets on who's going to win the midterms, whether Trump will release the Epstein files, or how many posts Elon Musk is going to send in a day. So thank you, Poly Market.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Right.
I think he gets a gist. I mean, that's big news, right?
Well, it is, but I was going to call her and ask her if she wanted to be a donor to walk away.
Not right now.
I guess not right now.
Not right now. But
no, but I wish her well. I really do. I think she's probably in a tough position, and I can appreciate that, and I wish her well. Can I end by doing a shameless plug?
Please. Oh yeah, I was going to let you plug anyway, but please, before you go, how can people find you and support you, Brandon?
Well, what I really want them to do is show up for our next rally, which is going to be August 30th in Union Square. Washington Square Park, August 30th, starting at 1 o'clock. So what you can do is go to walkawaycampaign.com, click events, and we're asking people to register. So whether you can attend or volunteer, or for the love of God, donate to the cause, go to walkawaycampaign.com, and then you can click on events, register for the August 30th Washington Square Park rally. So either attend, volunteer, or donate. You have to do one of those three things. You don't have the option to do none of them. You either have to come, volunteer, or give money to the cause. You don't get to do nothing. Walkawaycampaign.com.
I love that call to action. Everybody go support Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're a busy man, and congratulations on the new office. Big things coming up in the near future for you, Brandon. So keep up the good work, brother.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, guys, bank on yourself. Guys, are you tired? Or, excuse me, let me start that from the beginning. Are you being lied to? Wall Street tells you the only way to retire is to pour your savings into a 401k or IRA and hope for the best. But if that's true, why do studies show the average American will outlive their savings by 10 years? Even the inventor of the 401k says it's a monster that should never have existed. It's time to get the truth and discover a better way. Bank on Yourself is a proven retirement alternative that banks and Wall Street don't want you to know about. Your money is guaranteed to grow, even when markets fall. Your principal and growth are locked in. You'll know your tax rate in retirement, 0 under current law. You're in full control, no government penalties, no restrictions, and your money keeps growing even when you use it. With built-in inflation protection, your savings grow by a larger dollar amount every year. You can get a free report that reveals how you can bank on yourself and enjoy tax-free retirement income, guaranteed growth, and control your money. Just go to bankonyourself.com/Alex and get your free report. That's bankonyourself.com/Alex. Wow. Okay. My man D'onta, what did you think about that? We didn't even get into his homosexuality or anything.
No, and that was great. But I noticed, I didn't know he was homosexual for real.
Yeah, I know he kind of hides it.
Yeah, he kind of hides it.
I mean, he needs to be a little more flamboyant, right?
He does the walk away. I thought it'd be more like the skip away.
Oh, that would have been funny. Why didn't you say that? God, he's writing good jokes. Okay, let's hit our vape though. Can you show both of us? Let's hit our vape.
Popcorn lungs.
Dude, it does have popcorn lungs. I can't even breathe anymore ever since I started vaping. I was in good physical fitness, but now I'm horrible.
I went to the gym. Now it's just useless.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And you're a thin guy, so you should be healthy. But popcorn lung, it affects people of all sizes. Now, I want to get your opinion. We talked with it, Brandon. He's in New York, so he can't say anything about Israel. What they'll do to him.
I'm in Texas, so I can say whatever.
We can say whatever. There's only like 5 Jewish people in this whole state. So let's play. Do we have a graphic of the? Let's see the headline. Israeli official was caught. If you're not familiar with the story, because Brandon hadn't looked into it too much, because it is, it's a very low vibrational story to read about child predators and stuff. It's not necessarily the most enjoyable content, but Israeli government official charged with soliciting 15-year-old girl in Las Vegas for sex. I didn't put that in the headline. Now, what's disturbing about this case, and I think why I get frustrated and why other people are getting frustrated, is the fact that people like Brandon Straka, people like yourself, a black man, get persecuted all the time. Me as a white man, never. But I'm saying people get persecuted all the time. Actually, I take that back. I'm getting persecuted in New York, so I misspoke. Yeah. My point is, people get railroaded for much less. Now, this guy was trying to have sex with a child, which is arguably the most repugnant crime you can commit. And he was able to leave the country. And I'm in the bail bond business. When you have a client that is a flight risk, usually they would take away their passport, or the bail bondsman to say, listen, you can't travel internationally, because he has to be back in court allegedly on August 27th. So I see what I call a two-tier justice system, where certain people don't have to follow the same laws that I follow, and that frustrates me as an American citizen, seeing somebody, a foreigner, come to our country and get treated better than an American citizen. So the little bit you know about the story, what do you think about it?
Well, my initial thought when I saw it, I was like, he works for the Israelis, so I thought he was supposed to be bombing kids, not fucking them, That was my first initial thought.
Me too.
But then when I look at it, it is like, of course, for Trump, he's just making it look so much like he was part of Epstein.
He does. I know.
Every step he takes is just like.
You're actually really smart with saying that, D'onta, because this would be a good way to get some goodwill with his supporters by going after this pedophile. But now you're not giving us the Epstein stuff, and then you're being soft on an actual pedophile. It's starting to create a pattern, and that pattern is very noticeable, even if you're not trying to notice it. So I guess what I'm really frustrated about, though, is that the U.S. State Department, said that they didn't intervene in this. They should have intervened. They should have intervened and said, your ass is staying in Las Vegas. I hope, don't drop the soap, buddy, because you're about to get it right in the keister like you wanted to give it to this 15-year-old girl.
He was bombing his kid with dick pics.
I'm sure he did. That's the thing. It's like the body cam footage. Are we going to be able to get that? And now they're saying there's issues. He was arrested in a sting with 7 other people. There's 8 total people arrested. And now there's all kinds of information, whether it's true, false, we don't know, but where potentially they may go easier on these other 7 pedophiles in order to make the whole investigation, defunct, basically, so that this guy gets off the hook. Now, there's a lot of speculation that this might happen, and if it does happen, I am going to protest. I'm going to go to an AutoZone and light it on fire, and that's my right as an American citizen. So this is what the State Department said. They said the State Department is aware that Tom Alexandrovich, and an Israeli citizen, he's more than an Israeli citizen. Already right there, they're full of shit. And he's not just an Israeli citizen. He is the executive director of Israel's cybersecurity division, who works in lockstep with X in censoring pro-Palestinian content. That's not a conspiracy. That's a fact. If you ask Grok even said 90% of the requests that their cybersecurity division makes that they follow. So they are taking people's livelihood, kicking them off the internet if they say, I don't want a child to be bombed. But why should I be surprised about this when in reality, like you said it best, D'onta, if they're willing to kill a kid with a bomb, I guess raping them in the bum is not as bad, right? I mean, if you have to compare the two.
Wait, so he worked in cybersecurity?
He's the head he's Benjamin Netanyahu's right-hand cybersecurity director. I mean, he works his office is underneath his purview, Netanyahu's direct purview. He is an employee of the Prime Minister of Israel. This is not just an Israeli citizen. He is much more than that, you lying faggots at the fucking State Department. And I'm a little pissed. I mean, am I okay to get pissed?
No, you have all the right to get pissed. And, I'm going to join you in this protest. I'm gonna give me another TV.
Yes, we are. And we're going to get more than a
Yeah,
damn
dude.
TV. We're going to get a car this time.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Well, actually, a car, you can't transfer the title. That's actually a pain. But regardless, we're going to steal a lot more shit this time. So, I mean, you know, we can sit here and talk until we're blue in the face about this, but this should be an issue that it should be a bipartisan issue, just like the Epstein release. And I'm actually kind of happy that they're going to give us, they say, more transparency with the Epstein, and it was actually passed bipartisanly. I don't know if that's even a word, but both sides were like, hey, we both want it. And it's funny how the left is all like, oh, we want the information now, and they had 4 years where they could have exposed Donald Trump or whatever. So I guess for me, we are being lied to by the United States government when it comes to the Epstein files, and maybe they'll give us transparency, but the transparency is going to be redacted, so we probably really won't know if Tom Hanks is on there, you know, sticking Woody dolls up Puff Daddy's anus. But what we do know is the government has a two-tier justice system, and if a man commits a crime and he's an American citizen, he's going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But if you're a cybersecurity director for Benjamin Netanyahu and you get arrested for being a pedophile, you get a first-class or business-class probably ticket. Well, Jews are cheap, probably coach to Israel. So I don't think that's okay, and I'm going to continue to talk about this. And I'm actually going to be in Las Vegas soon, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to talk to some important people about this, and I'm going to confront them and say this is not okay because I don't believe pedophiles should be walking on the street. Lord knows this guy is doing who knows what in Israel. And did you know this? In Israel, they don't have a sex offender registry that's public. Their sex offender registry is private.
Really? So is it kind of just like their phone book? Like it's just...
It's like a government, only the government knows. So like if, you know, whatever, rabbi, whatever, does something with a kid, he doesn't have to be on a public registry where they can look up if he's ever done anything in the past. There, they keep it all secret. And just, I mean, it just makes me put my head in my hand and just shake my head because the future of our country, like right now, people are getting, how do I even say this? People are losing trust in it, even though we already lost trust. But there's no worse way to gain our trust back than to let a pedophile go. So I'm really frustrated.
I think personally, there's one way we can fix this. We need to get Chris Hansen on the Defense Department. Make him the head of it. Because this guy basically got caught in a Chris Hansen stink. This is a textbook Chris Hansen stink.
It is. That's exactly what it was.
He was waiting in the kitchen for the cookies and just checking computer networks and shit. Like, this is crazy.
And it's funny you say that because, like, in the story, according to Tom, and there's different sources that are saying this, that Tom said that the person that he was texting kept asking him to bring a condom. And that's classic. That's classic Chris Hansen. Okay. They always say that. What do they always say when they catch a pedophile?
He always comes with some, like, two weird problems, like a condom and a pizza at the same time.
It's always a McDonald's or a Domino's pizza. And they're like, sir, why do you have condoms if you're not here for sex? You're like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, that's always great. I love it.
I love it. So Chris Hansen and Alex Rosen. Alex Rosen right now is the top pedophile poacher in the game. I would love to get Alex Rosen on the case to go confront this guy or to expose it. But once again, we have a weird justice system where pedophiles, oftentimes, even when they're charged with the crime, they're often given probation. And it's weird how somebody gets a DUI, which is obviously bad. It's dangerous. I'm not pro DUI, but I would say a DUI is a lot less worse than molesting a kid, and the punishment seems harsher a lot of times for people that might get caught drunk driving or even smoking weed or doing drugs for that instance. I mean, there's people that are serving life in prison or 10 to 20 years for doing cocaine or doing methamphetamines, but a guy tries to have sex with a child and we give him a get-out-of-jail-free card, and the State Department saying we're aware of it, but we didn't do anything to intervene. No, maybe you should intervene. Maybe you should say, hey, this guy's a top-level person. If RFK was over in Israel diddling kids, I think that would be a big news story. But I'm also frustrated because the mainstream media has not covered this one iota. Everybody that's talked about it is the local Fox channel, and they're not giving any information. You don't have Fox News, you don't have CNN. Luckily, The Blaze shared an article, but I don't know how much. I'm saying we've just shared one article. I don't know how many other hosts have talked about it because it is a very controversial topic because there's only one country that exists that we're not allowed to talk about or criticize, and I don't like that. So what do you feel about the censorship and criticizing Israel? Does that frustrate you as a comedian that you probably can't make jokes about Israel without getting canceled?
Oh, you know, I'm not at the level yet of being canceled, but I can definitely see. I've seen like people in like yarmulkes and shit in the back of shows, and I know they're a big deal.
Yeah,
you know,
if they have a yarmulke, they're rich.
Yeah, they're VIP.
Don't mess with that yarmulke. Now, I want to play full screen number 6. What is Marjorie Taylor Greene's statement? And this is Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling for the immediate return of Israeli cybersecurity official and alleged sex criminal Tom Alexandrovich, and says he was only allowed to flee the United States due to Israel's significant influence over the U.S. Well, welcome to Obviousville, and I'm not, saying that disrespectful to Marjorie, but I mean, I just don't know how there are not more mainstream outlets talking about this. And like, I was watching the Patrick Bet-David podcast, they had a clip about it, and Adam Sosnick is such a douche. He was like basically defending this and saying, well, why aren't we talking about the other 6 people that got arrested? Because the other 6 people don't work for Benjamin Netanyahu that are blowing up children while they're trying to get food aid. That's why. And we're in a serious proxy war with Hamas, basically. We're in a proxy war with the Ukraine. If Vladimir Zelensky's right-hand man was trying to diddle kids in Las Vegas, how big of a story would that be? If Vladimir Putin's right-hand cybersecurity director was trying to have sex with a 15-year-old in Las Vegas, how big of a story would that be? It would be freaking huge. But since he's from a country that had the Holocaust, which the Holocaust is bad, apparently, but what I'm saying is obviously it's really bad, and you're telling me that because he's from Israel, that we're going to hold him to a lesser standard than you would hold Putin's assistant to, that you would hold Vladimir Zelensky's assistant to, that if a Palestinian, imagine if a Hamas guy was trying to diddle a kid, Laura Loomer wouldn't shut the fuck up. One Israeli guy does it, that's Benjamin Netanyahu's person, she won't say a fucking word. Any comment?
No, I just like that I came in on a light subject for the day. Early, they was like, hey, we need a comedian for this. And I was like, yeah, I'm your guy.
Yeah, you are. You are our guy, yeah. Well, I'm happy that I can bring you down with me when I get eventually canceled for this episode. Now we played a little bit of the Ashley St. Clair podcast, so I want to go back and play that whole clip. But before you play it, I want to ask D'onta, are you familiar with Ashley St. Clair? She was a woman that got impregnated by Elon Musk, and Elon Musk tried to make her sign a non-disclosure agreement that she could never say that she got pregnant, and the kid would have to be a secret. Well, she came out, did a New York Post article, and in part of the agreement, I believe, and I could be, wrong by the numbers a little bit, but part of the agreement was that she was going to get a paid apartment for the child's life and a stipend of like $10,000 a month.
And she ruined that. Now she's about to be evicted.
She is. So let's play the clip.
Idiot. All right.
Ashley's a friend of mine. I would say I think it is admirable that she doesn't want to have to keep her kid a secret, but at the same time, financially, probably not the best decision considering Elon Musk is the richest guy in the world. So let's play this clip.
Also, I'm getting evicted, and Polymarket offered me $10,000 to do an ad read. So with that, the roof over my head has been brought to you by Polymarket. God bless Polymarket, the world's largest prediction market, where you can place bets on who's going to win the midterms, whether Trump will release the Epstein files, or how many posts Elon Musk is going to send in a day. So thank you, Polymarket. All right, now that I have sold out in the first 60 seconds, which honestly feels appropriate, like the right tone given the allegations. We're gonna jump right into this. This is bad advice with Ashley St. Clair. Take it or leave it. Probably leave it.
I mean, D'onta, what do you have to say about her losing all the money?
Oh, she had it all. She had his dick in his hands. She had the world in her hands, and she fucking fumbled it. And it's like she's worrying about all the posts that he's gonna send, like on Twitter. She should be worried about bank statement posts. She's missing the whole. She's lost the plot.
I know, and you see all these women with these NFL guys, where they make them nut in them so they can have a baby. Yeah. Those hoes would shut their mouths. So is Elon Musk, should he have got? And he probably does have one, but should he have impregnated one of those
OnlyFans girls?
Yeah, OnlyFans girls. Would that have been better for him than Ashley St. Clair, who was already, you might not have known her, but she was very famous in the political sphere.
Yeah, he would have did better. Like, at least if he would have had, like, the girl that Shannon Sharp had, like...
You like Gabrielle Zuniga?
Yeah.
Zuniga? I can say that. That's her last name.
What was it again?
It's Zuniga. It's a hard one to say legally, but I am allowed to say that one. Yeah, do not clip that. Do not clip that out of context. But, yeah, so Shannon Sharp lost his job and apparently paid Gabrielle over $10 million. But there's a big conspiracy. You know what the conspiracy behind that is?
You think that ESPN, like, got her? Like as a honeypot?
No, that's not it. And I was watching, gosh, which one of these black guys? I've watched all these, like, maybe it was George Teague. No, it wasn't him. I forget which one, but it's one of these, it wasn't Joe Budden's podcast. I forget the podcast, but they said something that was, kind of intriguing when it comes to the story that Do you remember the gay rumors? Remember how he posted a picture outside at the liquor store?
Do you remember when he did like the online, like he went live and he had sex with that girl?
Well, let me tell you, this is the point. So there's a viral.
You think he's doing all of this to
Well, listen! Oh my God, you gotta let me finish. But yeah, so my point is, he had this viral video where he's outside, he was selling some whiskey, and he's like wearing his pants all weird. Let me try to pull it up real quick. And hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Shannon Sharp outside of liquor store. I can't even type. Okay, let's see if we can see the image. Let's see if it comes up. Okay, yeah, this is it. So this is it. Oh, don't go to TikTok. But this is it. I can basically just pause it. So this is where this went. Okay, so this went viral where he looks all weird.
He's like a gay Ninja Turtle.
He looks gay as hell. This went super viral and everything gay Ninja Turtle. I mean, and he's like Leonardo. Is that the guy that wore orange? Which one, Raphael? Yeah. One of them. Michelangelo. He looks like a gay Michael Black Angelo. So this is the conspiracy, is that when that picture went viral and he got roasted by Black Twitter, absolutely.
Well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved, because he's looking, he's wearing those, capri pants, and he's got the purse on, and his butt is huge, so he just looks like kind of like he got a BBL himself.
That nigga's thick, I will say that.
Yeah, he's thick. He's definitely thick. So that is what they say, is that's what encouraged him to, because you know how he said he was hacked or whatever? You don't get hacked.
There's so many steps you got to do to go
do
live.
Instagram Live. There's literally like 6 different steps. You're supposed to put a title, this and that. So you can't just press live. You got to press like 4 or 5 buttons before you go live. So do you like that conspiracy that he did the sex tape? And notice how it was conveniently on the side table, so we only heard it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that conspiracy that he was trying to rebut those gay rumors by having a sex scandal? And that's why this Gabrielle Zuniga, who was a OnlyFans girl, it was making, don't stop, I'm gonna get canceled, but she that's her last name, you can look it up. That's not, I just swear, I'm not just saying that to, say the N-word in front of you. I think that word's disgusting. I would never say it.
I was like, okay, this is why they brung me here.
No, that is not, you brought up Gabrielle Z. I'll say that for you. Don't say me. But do you think that conspiracy has any weight?
I think it could. Okay, I would say it had weight with like the going live, and then it was another sex scandal that happened between them beforehand.
I forget. I don't know. What was it? Do you know, Jimmy? Do you remember? Else. I don't know if there. I know that the live stream was a huge deal because he was at ESPN and they gave him a pass. They said, hey, they very easily could have fired him for that. But they didn't. They let him stay on. And then this Gabrielle Z girl gets in the picture. He's doing rough, kinky sex with her, supposedly slapping her and pushing her, which that's kind of gay, too. I'm not saying, like, you can't, spank a girl's bottom, but if you're, like, choking a girl out, obviously you don't like women. If you're, like, hate fucking a girl, and I don't know how else to describe it, you might hate women. So he's probably a big gay fag. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but and he's never been married. That's kind of weird for a black guy to not even have one baby mama.
He doesn't have any kids at all?
I think he might have one kid. Okay. Look it up, Jimmy. Google if he has a kid.
Have any kids? Like, because these are the things. He does have a big tongue, though. I would say that.
So guys like big tongues too.
I was saying.
He's got 2 daughters and 1 son.
Has he ever been married though? Never been married.
Are they mixed?
Yeah, were they with white? Just look up their.
They're from 2 different mothers, never been married.
Wow. Well,
so he's already beat. Like, that's what. Going live, I would say that probably that was trying to, like, okay, because that was almost like a month afterwards.
Yeah, it was right after.
Now he's losing money. I don't think he'll lose this amount of money and the job just to prove that he's not gay.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think the Gabrielle thing was real. Maybe she was a honeypot. Now, I want to get your reaction. You were just saying before the show, this is why I like you, D'onta, that you are a Charleston White fan. We are huge Charleston White supporters. We love Charleston White. He's the man, outspoken, charismatic, funny, unapologetic, every freaking thing you want in a guy. Like, he really, for me, he kind of defines that. He's just no F's given. But recently, this clip has gone viral where he's calling Aiden Ross and he's asking for some lean. Now, as a person that drinks lean every day, I love this. I mean, me and Charleston, I would drink lean with him right now. I don't know why Charleston didn't call me for lean. That's why my feelings are a little hurt. Charleston, call me. I know the Mexican dude can get you the lean, all right? So call me next time. I want to play the clip, then I want to get your reaction, D'onta. So let's play. It's you can pull it up right. Oh, shoot. Let me turn up the volume. Can you hear that?
I was checking up on you. What you on?
Okay, hold on. Sir.
What's up, Unc?
Hey, what's up, nigga? I'm out now.
Oh, okay, I was checking up on you. What you on?
Nigga, I wanted some more lean. You done got me itching and scratching for the lean. I want to pull up every day now.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, nah, I know what you're talking about, Unc.
No, that's all right.
I'm gonna hit you.
Since I couldn't get me no lean, I put on
Hey, wait, did you end up fucking last night?
on.
Wait, Unc, did you fuck last night?
Yeah. Y'all fucked all night, and I don't even remember fucking. But listen to me, nephew. Since I couldn't get no lean today, I went to the strip club with some thin basketball shorts on, with no drawers on, and boy, they rolled that dick all night long.
Well, that's what's up, Unc. I love you, bro. I'll talk to you in a bit.
I bet.
What's up, Unc?
Okay, show me. I'm really worried about Charleston. That is a.
I think he's fine. I think he's doing all right.
Fine. I think
doing
he's
all right.
fine. I honestly, it sounds like he's having a good
Yeah,
time. He's got a girl. He's got the thin basketball shorts, no boxers.
Yeah.
But you know, this is my problem. This is my only fear. Charleston, I'll sip lean with you. I don't even give a damn you're sipping lean. I'm worried about these cartel people selling fake lean with fentanyl, because we were just talking about it before the show. Now when you buy drugs from a street dealer, you never know what you're going to get.
Fucking risky.
It's risky. So can you kind of tell us some of the risks as a person that probably drinks a lot of lean?
Well, I love to just be sleepy all the time. I like to walk around just itching for a nap, you know?
And itching, but he's right. When you withdraw from opioids, it makes you itch and it makes you crave sugar. That's why they have to lock up all the ice cream sandwiches in San Francisco, because they were saying it.
Oh, really? Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing. They don't just lock up the toothpaste and the deodorant. That's the serious thing. They were stealing all the ice cream sandwiches because your body craves something sweet. Because I guess you need like the dopamine or serotonin.
Yeah.
There's some sort of hormonal reason why you're craving that. So
yeah, but the fentanyl in drugs is just insane to me. Like I've had friends that do cocaine that like fentanyl's been put inside of that, and I didn't understand that either. I'm like, dude, why would you want to kill somebody that's doing cocaine? He's gonna come back in like 45 minutes to buy another bag. Just let him go.
I know, cocaine's the best drug to sell, because once you do cocaine, the only thing you want to do is more cocaine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and talk for hours.
And just come up with business ideas. So I don't know why you'd want to put fentanyl on it, but I guess because they can cut the cocaine, so it's like.
Well, how much is fentanyl cost? That people can just give it away as like a complimentary drug.
They make it in China. China's just sending it over. See, in China, there's a lot of people who don't know this, and my audience probably knows, so I talk about it all the time. So in China, they can legally make fentanyl, but what they do is they add a chemical compound to it. So it's like how Delta 9, they make like a fentanyl 9.
Oh, fentanyl 9.
No, I'm serious. They make they can add, and they can legally make it. And how the manufacturers in China work. China is getting pressure from America, and supposedly that China will go and shut it down once they realize they're making it. But then they'll just add another chemical property to it, or whatever is on the,
It's just like the small increments, It's kind of like when McDonald's made the 100% beef.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like,
yeah.
It's just a company named 100% beef.
Yeah, it's not actually 100% beef. Yeah, it's all a lie, and that's what they're doing with the fentanyl. So I feel like street drugs right now. Charleston, call me. Let's go drink some of this fentanyl, but we need a fentanyl. I mean, let's go drink some lean, but let's get a fentanyl testing kit before we do that. Now,
drink some fentanyl.
And now I want to actually play this clip. It's hold on, where is it? Right here. I want to get your opinion. We can pull this up. So a teen was just jailed in England for 2 years for waving an English flag outside of a Islamic center. Now, do you think that that's fair?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that's fair? Is it why? Because he's a skinhead-looking guy?
Yeah, he looks terrible. He looks like a terrible person. Look, you say you can't judge a book by a cover, but I've read that chapter before.
Okay, so he looks like a white supremacist. Maybe that's what the judge thought. But in the same country, this guy, South Yorkshire police gave no arrest deal to Rotherham grooming gang ringleaders. So this guy, police gave one of the country's worst child abusers a no arrest deal after he abducted a pregnant 14-year-old girl. Now, isn't that weird that he molested a 14-year-old pregnant girl, which how does a 14-year-old?
Yeah. Let's start back. Let's gotta back that story up.
Well, because she's probably being sex trafficked, and guys are probably doing Lord knows what, and that, disgusting, just no condom, no whatever. And then this kid, who looks maybe like Aryan Brotherhood, gets 2 years, and he's 18 years old. I mean, does this make sense?
I mean, it doesn't make sense, but that's just how Europe is going right now. They are focused more on their diversity numbers and diversity. That's things like they don't want to look like they're jailing brown people over there, so they'd rather give this fucking Aryan Outfitters guy over here some fucking more trouble,
That is true. Okay, now let's play SOT number 2. I want to watch this Joy Reid clip talking about how white people steal all of black people's inventions.
They can't fix the history they did. Their ancestors made this country into a slave hell. But they can clean it up now because they got the Smithsonian. They can get rid of all the slavery stuff. They got PragerU. They can lie about the history to the children. They can't originally invent anything more than they ever were able to invent good music. We black folk gave y'all country music, hip hop, R&B, jazz, rock and roll. They couldn't even invent that, but they have to call a white man the king, because they couldn't make rock and roll. So they have to stamp the king on a man whose main song was stolen from an overweight black woman.
Wow, really going after Elvis
gonna really-
Presley on that. What is that all
Why you
about?
gotta fat shame the writer like that at the end? Like,
And then on top of that, though, Michael Jackson was the king of pop. He was kind of black. So, I mean...
he was kind of white, too. Who knows?
So, yeah. I guess you could say Barack Obama's kind of black and kind of white, too, and he was president. But what do you think about her saying that black people invented everything when... were the Wright brothers black? Did black people invent the plane?
No, but they were... if they did, they'll be the Wright brothers.
Oh, I like that, the Wright brothers. But see, black people actually did build this country. I went on a tour of the Capitol, and it was actually very... they kind of use trauma-based mind control, like what she wants the Smithsonian to be. They make you go into this big room before you get your official tour, and they play a video. And the video starts, like, in the first 2 minutes, it's like, these hallowed halls were built by slaves. Like, it's slave, and they show, like, black men, like, building stuff, and, like, a cartoon of it. And, it's just like everything you see was built on the backs of slaves, which is true. Wall Street, New York was built by black people. The pyramids, built by black people, right? I mean, probably Egyptians or whatever, but...
But I hate that notion, because it's just like, I don't know, for right now where this world is, where the country is, it's like, there's been so many parts of people, you know what I mean? Like, the Chinese people built the trains brung the code for us to be able to do certain, so it's like, no matter how you look at it, everybody's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a multicultural thing. We need all the cultures. I agree.
Melting pot.
I agree with that. It is a melting pot, but people don't want that pot to melt. People kind of, I guess this is the thing, is like, I'm not an isolationist, but at the same time, I am America first, and I see all these other countries taking advantage of America, and it's making me really, I'm very judgy of some of these countries like Ukraine and Israel that are just taking all of our resources, when you and I both know there's people in America that are struggling. Yeah. In Israel, they get free health care, they get free college. Do you have free health care? Did you get free college?
No free college, and I can't even bang a kid.
It's worth it if you can. I'm just saying, these guys, they get all the free stuff. They come over here, they bang our kids, they go back there. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, I don't know if you saw this viral video of a couple eating lunch at a delicious Houston restaurant. Let's play it. Shot number 3.
Oh, fuck. Was that a car that hit it?
Yeah, but look how effeminate he does when he gets off. Everybody's been calling him gay now because, like, he looks... But I don't blame him. See how his knees are kind of like...
Hi, lad.
Now, I saw somebody say this on Twitter, and I do agree with this. I 100% agree with this because my last name's Stein, so I'm allowed to say this part. Them posting this is the stupidest thing you could have ever done, because that insurance company is going to play in court. They're going to say, oh, you're A-okay. You got hit by that car. You're just moving and grooving. If that happened to me, we're not sharing that video, and I'm walking to court in a damn neck brace and wheelchair, and I'm getting paid. So what do you think about that angle? Was that good for them to post it before they were able to settle in court? It just happened.
Oh, yeah, but they're still going to win because they say pain and suffering, the emotional effects, and saying that it ruined their jobs. But I think they deserve that. I think the car should have been a little bit more. I hate food influencers. I hate people that come to restaurants. I work in restaurants, goddammit. You pull your camera out, I was spitting your food.
Oh, gosh, do not say that. Don't go eat at his restaurant. Actually, it's probably a good restaurant. Don't say it on the air. I don't want them to get any mean calls. But what I'm saying is, that influencer couple, people had the same sentiment as you. They said, hey, listen, I wish that car finished the job. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, but I do empathize when you say that they film in restaurants.
Yeah.
So your personal experiences, do you see that people film a lot? Like, how often would you say?
Yeah, I see people, like, so I do kind of like table side service and shit like that too. So people always like, almost do like a stream the entire time of me making sure. Like, I didn't sign an NDA for this.
I know, so they're filming you.
I'm filming
well, I went to a restaurant with Tim Pool, and it was this very fancy restaurant where they don't even have a menu. You just get to eat what they have. But if you're like vegetarian, which I am, but I'm saying they have an option. But my point is, it was very nice. And the first meal, I haven't even posted the clip yet because I'm like, should I post a clip? They come out and they bring you this tray, and it's an 8-course dinner, but the courses are small. It's very delicious food. But they came out like on this huge boat, and I start filming it, and I asked the waiter, it's like, is it okay if I film you? Because this is a very nice presentation. I've never seen it. And the guy kind of like says yes, but I could tell that he didn't mean yes.
Yeah.
So I stopped filming him, obviously, and I asked, and I haven't even posted it yet. But I could see the awkwardness of him. When I asked, he didn't want to say no, but I could tell like he didn't like it, so obviously I didn't film anymore. I filmed like, if I filmed anything of the dinner, I filmed the food, not him. But I'm like, you know, you're in the restaurant. I mean, he is delivering the food. So like, where do you draw the line? Do you feel like it is an invasion of property?
I feel like it's an invasion, but it's just like also like, I kind of look at it as like people that record fireworks, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to sit back in bed and rewatch this later? Like, oh man, look at this cheese, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of crap like that I watch, and I'm like, or I film, and I'm like, am I gonna watch this back? No.
Wasting iCloud storage. Just fucking eat the food and get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, since we've had kind of this topic's been on the show a lot, let's play this clip of Cenk and Anna Kasparian talking about how they're not suicidal, because these are these are two hosts of the Young Turks, and they are very vocal about their hatred for Israel. Oh shoot, is it not?
Me. It's not I'm not suicidal, and if anything happens to me, it's not an accident.
If any harm comes to us, it was definitely Israel.
I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. I'm not an Israeli. There's no law on the books that indicates that I have to support Israel in any way, shape, or form.
There actually are laws.
I noticed that I have become a target.
Anna Kasparian, I'm not trying to correct you and mansplain, but there actually are laws against anti-Semitism where you have to be supportive of Israel. I don't necessarily agree with those laws, but they actually do exist in Florida. You cannot even, and now it's actually a crime to burn an Israeli flag because it has the Star of David. That's considered hate speech. But if you burn an American flag, that's considered free speech. Make that make sense, D'onta.
Of course, because like we got
to run the world. All right, now
one of these pro-Israeli groups. It's a shadowy group. Doesn't disclose who it's funded by. It's called Canary Mission.
So now there's a pro-Israel group inside America that is encouraging death threats against Americans. Well, you came to the wrong place, brothers and sisters. I'll double down what Anna said. If any harm comes to us, it was definitely Israel. Not one person from mainstream media will cover this. Not one government official will care. If you're threatening murder Christians or Muslims or anyone else in this country, they don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't. But if you insult someone who's pro-Israeli,
Cenk,
I'm not suicidal.
Cenk, where were you in 2020? We really needed you, bub.
We did.
Where was that ain't good?
But there's a reason why I bring that up. Here, show D'onta. Let me pull it up. The reason why is because it's actually not a joke. Like, I know you're like, oh, are they being dramatic? But they're actually not, because I went and I shared that article. When you can show me back, but I'm saying I went viral because I shared that article calling for the arrest of that Israeli pedophile. Then all of a sudden I started getting blown up, and I'm getting voicemails like crazy. I don't even know. Do you think if I play that one voicemail, we'll get a strike?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let me play the first voicemail I got. This guy's probably gonna be so happy, and I think I figured out the guy's name. I think his name is, I don't want to say it on air, but I think I figured out who it was. Now, let me go to it. So I want you to hear this voicemail, and then I want to pull up the email that they sent me right after. Where the heck is it? Okay, right here. So let's see if we can play it.
Dude, your fucking voicemail sucks, dude. You are not funny. You should definitely consider killing yourself, you piece of shit. No one's gonna miss you. Everyone who has ever had to deal with you fucking hates you.
Not
Put
true.
a bullet in your fucking mouth. Scream as you do it, motherfucker.
It's a voicemail saying, I'm Justin Trudeau. Welcome to Canada, or some stupid shit.
First of all, here's a review on your voicemail. That was a terrible message.
Then listen what he does. Then the same guy sends me an email. Now pull my email up. Look at this email. This email is ridiculous. Good. Keep it small because I hope we don't get a strike. What's good, dude? Your shit fucking sucks. Your stupid voicemail is fucking lame, dude. You actually think you're funny? ? I've got a recommendation for you right here. K yourself. Put a gun in your mouth and scream as you pull the trigger. No one will miss you. No one will care. Well, this guy would
Wait, did he just like copy his same like words that he said in the voice?
Exactly right, basically. And then he said, did you know everyone in your own effing family hates dealing with you and talking to you? How does he know anybody in my family?
He's got an inside
What's
scoop.
crazy is I'm incredibly close with my dad, but he probably does get mad dealing with me. But K yourself again. I will find you and K you myself. I will put a bullet right between your eyes and smile as I watch your worthless life leave your worthless body. You are scum, and you deserve to be treated as such. Seriously, go effing K yourself, you worthless little bitch. It would be the only good thing you've ever done for anyone in this world.
Yes, I'm late for my shift at Chili's.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know that guy's addicted to, internet porn, doesn't leave his house. So, Anna Kasparian, the reason why I want to play that clip is I want to say, listen, I'm getting death threats too. And my last name's Stein. So, it's hard. You really can't please these people. If you criticize them whatsoever, they literally want you to die. And D'onta said it best. Why am I surprised that they will rape a child if they'll actually bomb one? I mean, I guess in their mind, they probably think what they're doing is less bad because obviously raping someone is probably less bad than killing someone, technically. So I'm really worried about the state of our country. And I know I've said that 100 times, but when you see instances like that, like an Israeli pedophile getting arrested and then getting a free flight home, it really makes you wonder. Well, guys, thank you for watching. It is a sad news. We only have less than 30 shows. I think we got about 26 shows left, guys. It's so sad. The blimp will be deflating and going away very soon. So we really need your support in the next month. I know that not many people are watching the show anymore, but I get it. I get it, why we'll watch this show. Now, real quick, before we go, how can people find you and support you, D'onta?
Yeah, find me, it's D'onta, DONTA_comedy, and that's on Instagram, Twitter. Also, I got a show tonight at Big Laugh Comedy Club in like an hour, so I got to get out of here. If you guys want to come see me, it's going to be a hilarious show. I'm probably show my penis on stage. So.
All right. Well, you get to see that, and the stage is dark, so you might not see it kind of like this set. All right, guys, we end the show the same way every time with a freestyle finale. So, DJ, hit that beat. Let me see this. Where's that music? No, don't leave, D'onta. We got any music in this bitch? Yo, I'm with D'onta, and no, he is not gay. Brandon Straka is. He is the whiz. He doesn't want to be a friend with Scott Presler. Are you cheating? I don't give a damn because you're kind of creeping with that long hair to your balls. Don't give a damn, I shop at malls. Fuck the internet, I leave the pussy wet.
Okay.
D'onta drives a used Corvette.
Okay.
I am the best, I passed the test.
Let's go.
I don't give a damn because y'all can't rest. Y'all can sleep on a player all day long. I'm in the hood, banging your mom. I rap loud and I sing this song. Why am I wearing a woman's thong? All right, guys, I love you. That's Primetime 99, Pimp on a Blimp. Only a few episodes left. Smash the printer.
Fuck this.
Smash the printer. We're going to freaking go to AutoZone to get free TVs. We love you. Peace.